Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Greetings to you all, community. We have started our session, and it is good to see you again, once again here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those who are going to tune in later, we also appreciate you so much. My name is Debbie. I'm from Zimbabwe, and today we are going to talk about a topic that is going to be a bit of crucial with my queen here, Queen Jane. I'll also allow her to just introduce herself. Then we'll go into our topic today.
Wow, thank you so much, Queen Debbie. I am excited to be back here again. Hi, community. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are tuned in. It's my hope that you are ready to catch us live on this platform. Welcome.
Thank you. So today we have a topic that is going to be part two of last session that we had, trauma and mother-child relationships. So Queen Jane here, she's from Kenya. She's from Kenya, Nairobi. She's a mother and a pastor, a marriage and family therapist, and also an author. So my queen, I'll give it back to you so you can maybe introduce our topic again, and also so that we can start from there.
Wow. Thank you, Queen Debbie. I'm excited. I'm hoping that our listeners will tune in and also give us feedback. I hope that they shall be able to give us comments that will help us to serve them better. Even before we go into our topic, the topic for today is trauma and mother-child relationships. We'd like to also highlight to our community that we are here on behalf of the Bullrun ecosystem. And in this ecosystem, we are not only dealing with improving our lives on the financial end, but we are also dealing with the deeper things of life. So maybe just to mention something before we go on, that we are here and we call ourselves survivors. Where does that name come from? Because in our ecosystem, we have a token that is especially dedicated to women, so that we are not only improving our lives by getting this knowledge about trauma and mother-child relationship and other topics that we shall deal with, but we also have an opportunity as women to invest as little as $10 to position ourselves to improve our lives. Some of the problems that we can go through can be solved when we are economically empowered. So having said that, I want to say that this is our part two of the topic that we have been dealing with, trauma and relationships. And today we want to be clear, we are dealing with trauma and mother-child relationships. I want to thank members for their participation and sharing their views in the last session that we had. We got a number of responses, a number of views from those who listened. And we want to acknowledge that this is a topic that can be very sensitive, because when you talk about trauma, we can talk about issues here that touch that particular wood. Just imagine when you have a wood that is hit, there is a lot of pain that's generated. So I want to acknowledge that it is possible to feel pain. And I want also to highlight that maybe the way we respond to that pain is dependent on how safe one feels psychologically. So people are likely to respond to the information that we have because they have been traumatized and wounds have not healed. So one might not be able probably to interpret what we are saying in the right way, but we mean well. We mean well. We are here to help one another, and we would like to, we hope that everyone is going to be helped. You get something that is going to be impacting your life positively. So we will respond by way of this session today. We want to respond to the concerns. We had issues about culture, and all those issues are very, very good. We had someone talk about the culture and the way they raise children. But to be clear, we are not talking about children we are talking about how a mother relates to her child or children when they are coming from a place of woundedness. So when I am wounded as a mother, how likely am I to pass that pain to my children? If I have not dealt with it, there is a very big likelihood that I may deal with my children from the point of pain and maybe not be able to help my children live a better life. So it's really not about culture. It's not about any of those things. We honor culture. We honor all the responses, but we are talking about the woundedness in a mother and how they are likely to impact their child's relationship. Maybe I take a break there, Queen Debbie, and give you the opportunity to respond.
Okay. I think the mainly we need to also address those questions that we raise, and also for people to understand where you are coming from and where you're also trying to what you're also trying to also bring to us. So I think that it's very important for them to understand that also. And I heard one lady from Nigeria talked about culture, and I think we also need to also tackle that, and because there are different cultures here, we are coming from different backgrounds, and there are different cultures. So maybe also if you can also help us to understand about that, also it will also help us to have a clear mind of where we are coming from and where we are actually going. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's what I've said today. We are going to look at that which we were discussing last time in a deeper way, so that it will bring clarity to every question that we had. So
Okay.
I can go on if you
Yes, you
don't
can go
mind.
on. Yeah.
Okay. So let's still go back to, I will still go back to what we were discussing, but now today I'll expound it a little bit more so that we can understand where we are coming from. Trauma. Now, when we talk about trauma and mother-child relationship, there's some things I would like to share here. Mother-child relationship is a very, very crucial relationship in the life of every child. So there is no way we can talk about ourselves without having to relate to mothers. So mothers are a very, very crucial part of everybody's life. And if we go back even to scripture, you'll see that God likens himself to a mother. Isaiah 49:15. He talks about a mother cannot forget the baby at her breast. So that is how precious the relationship of a mother is to her baby. So mothers are very, very important, are always present in the lives of their children. They are always present in the lives of their children. And I remember some time back, I read a book. You could look for that book. I don't know whether it is available on PDF, but you could look for it, whether it's a copy. It's written by somebody called Cherry Fuller. I was reading a series about parenting, and I came across this book by Cherry Fuller. It's called When Mothers Pray. The first story in the first chapter is about a mother who had gone to her son's school event. I think the son was playing in a game. I don't know if it was basketball or whatever, but it's a game. But then the boy was hit and he became unconscious. And the mother was a spectator, but she ran into the field, picked her baby, and ran fast. And got into the ambulance. They took the child to hospital. But when the child woke up, you'd have expected that they would have been happy that the mother was there. But the boy was very angry. And the reason why he was angry is because at the age he was not expecting the mother to treat him that way. Of course, that way in quotes. He was expecting the mother to allow him to be, adult. So mothers run. The mothers are always there in the lives of their children. They want to run. They want to rescue. And sometimes we don't get the boundary between when a child is a child and when a child actually is becoming an adult. So there is supposed to be a transition. So what is the outlook? What is your outlook as you raise your children? This one a question I'm throwing to our listeners, what is your outlook as you raise your children? We have to learn the art of raising our children for God, not for ourselves. You know, the reason why we will not be able to release them and to let them go is because we are not raising them with the right perspective. We are raising them like they are our personal property, and forgetting that every child is a gift that has been placed in my hands so that I can raise them and show them where they should go. So we have to learn that art. We have to learn that art. And I'm doing my introduction. And if you look in the scriptures again, you see Hannah. Hannah was barren. She didn't have children. She got a child, and then she raised the child and told God, I will give him back to you. You give me a child, I'll give him back to you. So that outlook of Hannah is what we need to have as we raise the children, so that we can release them and then let them go into the next level as they are growing. So mothers, I'm saying this to say, mothers are always present in the lives of their children. And even today, when you look around, you see that the structure of family has changed, so that mothers are the ones who are not only staying with the children, but you also have very many single parent, single mother families, mother-led families. Some may not be by design, but forced by circumstances. And there are many mother-led families that are doing very well. They have raised wonderful children. They have done their best. So many mother-led families are also good families. But I can tell you, when a mother is traumatized, when a mother has carried trauma from childhood, and then they go through the life journey, we acquiring more traumas. Unfortunately, many are struggling with trauma. And we say trauma is emotional wounds. And some wounds can be acquired from childhood and along the life's journey. So in that case, unless that mother develops awareness and deals with the pain, we can continue carrying our pain and transferring it to our children. Queen Deby, I can tell you, I have seen this. I have seen this. And even me, personally, I am a victim. I am a victim. What helped me is just going to school and learning and getting to develop awareness about myself and getting to know the way things need to be done differently. Otherwise, I did it. I was transferring my pain to my children. So unless we develop awareness and deal with the pain, the possibility, and I'm saying the possibility, is to continue carrying the pain and transferring it to our children. If you allow me, I can give you a few examples of things that I have seen, and so that we can understand what we mean when we talk about trauma and mother-child relationships. So I'll give you a few examples when you talk about adverse childhood experiences. When we evaluate the mental health of a child, we look at the first 5 years. And that's the same even when it comes to medical. They look at the first 5 years, the developmental process in the first 5 years. So if a child goes through adverse childhood experiences, for instance, a mother who lost her mother when she was 3 years, that's an adverse experience. The child was too young to be able to cope with that. So that's the first example. A mother who lost her mother when she was 3 years old. She was raised by a cruel stepmother. Then as she grew up, because she didn't have a voice when she was growing up, she learned to keep things to herself. You can call that numbing. It's like someone has been numbed with, that injection. Before we take you to theater, we have to inject some medicine so that you don't feel the pain when we are doing the surgery process. So the mother learned, this baby girl learned to keep every feeling to herself. So she grows up defending herself against vulnerability, because there is no other way. She knows. She only knows no one can fight for me. No one can treat me well. So what I do is I build an emotional shell around myself, because no one cares. I also don't care. And this girl grows up into an adult. She goes through school, becomes a teacher, and she ends up getting married and have children. But the children are not able to enjoy a good relationship with their mother, because the mother cannot be present for them emotionally. She doesn't know how. She doesn't know how to connect with her children. And I'm telling you, these are real life stories. So I came across such children from such a parent, and they were telling me, we don't know how it is to sit with our mother and to have a conversation with her. She will be moody. She will withdraw. She will keep quiet on us. You can imagine you are living with your mother and she doesn't have any relationship with you. You cannot feel something and you go and tell your mother. And I found it very unusual. So children who grow up in adverse childhood experiences are, and they don't deal with them, they don't develop awareness. When they become adults and they become mothers, we don't expect them to have a different way of raising their children. They will just raise them the way they were raised. If I learned to withdraw when I was young, I will also withdraw when I'm an adult, and expect my children to know this is the way. This is the normal. This is the normal. You don't play around with me a lot. So her way of connecting with her children was complaining, you are not doing this, you are not doing that. If they do a mistake, she doesn't have any connection with them. What she will do is withdraw in silence. Or when she feels she has to talk, she will say something that will be manipulating their emotions. That is trauma. A person who is traumatized, that is a parent who is coming from a traumatized place. Then the second example, today I want to give many examples. The second example is a mother who did not have a good relationship with her mother-in-law. I was very, very shocked when I got to deal with this. I was very shocked. And it's not because of anything, just because of the fact that I lost my mother when I was very young, but even at that young age, I had a very deep relationship with my mom. And now when I come across someone for the first time, someone who is telling me she cannot get along well with the mother, I'm like, wow, which world is this? I can't believe. So this girl was named after her mother-in-law. In our culture, some communities name their children after, like now in my community, we name our children after our parents. So my firstborn is named after his father's father. My secondborn is named after my father's father. And if I have daughters, it's the same. The first one is named from my husband's side. The other one is named from my side, and so on. So this young girl was, I think, the first girl, and she was named after her grandmother. And the biggest bone of contention was that every time the mother had issues with her mother-in-law, she would project that on the daughter. Where is she coming from? She has her own traumas. I didn't get to know the story. Of course, you won't get the story of one person who comes to tell their story. But if, for instance, we were to look beyond and get to know the story of this mother, probably she had her own traumatic experiences that were causing her to project her pain upon the daughter. She was projecting her own pain unconsciously. In fact, unconsciously, not knowing. And this is a very common thing. You know, I met a young girl, her mother was my friend, and she was telling me that there are many people who are having mother issues. Many people are not mothered. And I was like, oh, I can't imagine that there are many mothers who have not mothered their children. She gave me a story of her going on with her mother. And I said, wow, I can imagine if someone has had unfinished businesses in their lives, then they are going to carry those unfinished businesses on the people who are weaker, so to speak, weaker. And here, when I say weak, the one who is an easy target is the child. The child is the one who is an easy target. I can pour out my anger on the child because they are an easy target. They may not be strong. They may not have the strength to fight back. They are still honoring the parent or something, and they'll just fold their hands and say, "This is my authority, so I will not fight back." So we have mothers who are wounded because of different things. And if they don't deal with their trauma, they will transfer that to the children. And you see, the mother, we began by saying the mother is a very close person to the child. So if we can have mothers who are healed, mothers who have gone through pain, and then they are called what we are calling survivors. When you are a survivor, it means you have overcome. If we have mothers who are survivors, we are not calling them survivors just because they escaped narrowly, but because they dealt with their pain and they are able to be here. They are able to stand and say, this is where I have come from, and you can see this is where I am. They are survivors, like the way we call cancer survivors, somebody who has had an emotional cancer, and they have been able to deal with it. And now they are standing strong because they have overcome. That's why we call ourselves survivor. So here we are, we have those roots. Now, another one, let me give you another example. Today, I'm giving you very many examples. A young mother who controls her son even after he gets married. This young man grew up as the last born. And his mother treated him as a child even when he was in high school. He could wash his clothes, almost by the way, taking him to the bathroom to wash him, a grown man. So even when this man got married, this lady could not believe that this relationship has ended. And his mother started fighting his wife, and telling her that she's the one who came in between her and her son. And this mother grew older, and she ended up being taken by the son to live with them because there was no one to take care of her at home. Even when she went to live with the son, she caused more chaos. She could wait and when the son leaves, and then she says, I want to be taken to my son's bedroom and stay there so that I can wait for him to bring me what he will bring me and eat from there. You can imagine, where is that coming from? There is something very wrong. There is something very wrong. There is a woundedness in the life of that mother that she never dealt with. And so she never learned to let go of her child. She thinks the son is the solution to her pain. And she ends up destroying the life of that son. So you can imagine how destructive the mother-child relationship can be, how destructive it can be as a result of the unhealed traumas in the life of the mother. I'll give you the last one. I'm not going to give you any other after this. A young man, I think I mentioned this in the last session. These are real stories. A young man who took his fiancée to his mother. This mother is a widow. First of all, she has lost her husband. Then after losing the husband, now she's the one who is running the family. By default, she's the one who is running the family. So this mother tells even her grandchildren, I'm the sole authority here. I'm the sole authority. And even your fathers, now her sons, even your fathers cannot tell me what to do. So even the grandchildren are scared of the mother. So now, fast forward, this young man, her son, she has two sons. The first one is married, is married and staying away from home, and he has children. This second one now is the one who is preparing to get married, and he gets to a girl and takes the girl home, and there is a party. And then after the party, the girl feels like maybe this is the best place to be. But after some time, when the girl comes back again to visit, she thinks that she was accepted the first time. When she comes to visit the second time, the mother chases her away and tells her she shouldn't come to that family. She shouldn't come to destroy her family. And imagine she had accepted the son. I mean, the girl, the first time the son brought him. Oh, the son gets broken. And then he tries a second time. He thinks maybe that girl had a problem. Then he looks for another one and brings home. The same thing is repeated. What is this mother doing? She's operating from a place of pain, a place of woundedness. And that is what is actually causing her to send away the son's fiancés. And not that she's good even to the first son, she has also many things that she do to the other son. So what we are saying basically is that culture is important. We are not going to deviate from culture, but human relationships are very important. And we have to model to our children what we would like them to be in the future. How would we like them to relate to other people? And because the mother is the first point of contact, in many cases, is the first point of contact, then we have to heal ourselves of the wounds that we have so that we can operate from a place of freedom with our children. If I am the mother who bangs the table and says, it is my way or the highway, then I am actually not different from a politician who is a dictator. And the best parenting style that will help us to have a good relationship with our children is actually democratic. We can sit down with them, we can have a conversation, we can value their views, but I am still the bigger person. I listen to the views, but I direct with wisdom, but not suffocating them and showing them they don't know. They know something. And I can listen to them and get to know that they know something. So I have said so many things, but I want to conclude by that part before I give it back to you by saying trauma is a wound. And if I, as a mother, I am coming into the place of parenting or relating with my children from a trauma position, then I can only expect that we shall not have a good relationship, because trauma is a wound. If you do not treat a wound, it will become septic. Just imagine what that will mean to the relationships with your children. And personally, I believe I don't want to lose them. I don't want to lose them. I want to enjoy them. I want to have the best connection with them. So I wonder what the choice of our listeners would be, to lose them or to have them. Yes, I give it back to you for any comment, Queen Deby, before we continue.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Thank you, my queen. Thank you so much. And this is a very critical critical topic. So I just want to say, you know what you said is very true, and I think we just need to understand how we can deal with our own children as mothers, because I don't think mothers we can let go our children. You know, I remember my grandmother used to say, a child will always be a child. Whether you come back after 10 years, when you're 50 years, I'll call you my child. So I think the most important thing is to how to deal with the relationship with our mothers and us as children. We are always children. At the end of the day, truly speaking, we are always children, but we just know we need to understand where exactly do we stand, where exactly can we help, where exactly they need help, and all that. I think that's the most important, because we can't, the bond that is between mothers and children, they are really, they're two they're too tight. You can't, just like you have four boys, right? Those boys, they are glued to you. They know that you are their mother. Even if you want to let them go, they are your mother. They are your children, and they are very, very connected to you, right? And I think the only thing that you need to know is how to only handle it, and how to be the best actually you can for them, from what you was talking about, and making sure that we also deal with our traumas. If you are having traumas, let's deal with them before we relate with our own children. I think that's the most important thing, is you have said, because truly speaking, it seems as if the trauma actually destroys the relationship if we are not healed from it. And I just want to thank you, because I'm a mother to be, also learning how we can also handle this, and we can also how we can also grow from it. So thank you so much, my queen. And I don't know if you would want to continue, and what can help us to change the situation for better, for with the mother and child relationship.
Thank you, Queen Debbie. I want to make an emphasis here. And I have just thought, let me demonstrate. These are scissors. You are talking, we are talking about mother-child relationship. And the main focus is the mother. You as the one who is going to raise the children. The children don't have a problem. The problem is you. How will you be used as the tool? So these are scissors. This is a tool for cutting. If I want to cut something, I'll use this tool. Now, if this tool is not sharp, then it is not going to do the work. And that's what I am saying clearly. So we are the ones, the bigger person. I am the bigger person, and I'm the one who is going to direct the water course, the river where it should be. And I can tell you, if I do not know the way, then I cannot lead. I cannot lead. As a practicing mental health practitioner, I can tell you that the stories that are out there in our communities are about parents. They are about parents. And as a mother, I can get very overwhelmed by many things, from my childhood to the experiences of everyday experiences in life. I can get very overwhelmed. So if I do not have an awareness about myself, then it is possible to carry that pain to the child, and that's destructive. I can find myself just holding on to my children because I am afraid of letting them go, not because they shouldn't go, but because I have my own fears I have not dealt with. I have not dealt with my fears. Can I tell you? My last born had what we are calling childhood adverse childhood experiences. Born normally, he had 3 kilos and 5 grams. He was okay when he was born. I didn't have any problem. And I went home, I breastfed the baby, and the baby grew. But at 6 months, he stagnated in weight development. He didn't add any weight. At 6 months, I think he was 7 kilos and a quarter, and he was 7 kilos and a quarter until 1 year. And I can tell you the traumas I had were many, but I was still raising my child. That is a story for another day. So this boy grows up and he has stunted emotional development. Now, I want to talk about the value of awareness. I want to emphasize on the value of awareness here. We are saying the tool is the parent. The tool is the parent. If it is not sharp, if it is not healed, if it is not right, then we will replicate our problems to the next generation. So fast forward, this boy grows up, starts working at 2 years, goes to school, very sharp cognitively, he does very well. But as we are growing, as we are advancing, when a child gets to 13, that's when we start now seeing more. I don't want to talk about this. I'm just giving an example of this as I try to explain the value, the importance of being developing self-awareness. So this boy goes to school. Do you know, one point he was pinched by the teacher until he had a wound, but they don't understand. Fast forward, he goes to school. Teachers are asking questions. What's the problem with this boy? Do you know, by the time he went to high school, we had enough problems. If we didn't know what we were dealing with as parents, we could also have given up on our child. And one time we were called to school for a meeting. And the two of us, the father and the mother, and we sat before a whole staff room in a school. And we were given a lecture. We did not respond. We kept quiet. At the end, we told them, if we given the choice of education and a child, we prefer to have our son alive. And we walked that journey. But this child has helped me to do a lot of research. In fact, if I hope I'm going back to school soon, God willing. But I will still study about children, not because of anything, because I want to understand myself better and I can relate better. Do you know the kind of thing that helped me to deal with this child is, first of all, to deal with me and to present myself to the child in a different way. The boy has come up very well, very well. And I know he's going places. So what am I saying as I say all this? You are the tool, you are the tool to raise the child. If you have unfinished traumas, do you know that you are going to deal with your child from a point of trauma? And it's not going to help the situation. You will find that you are losing your children as they grow older. They will distance themselves from you as they grow older. So how do we change this situation? I have two things only that I will share in this section. How do we change the situation? What can help change the situation? First of all, I will say that behaviors that are learned can be unlearned. So if you as a parent react in certain ways or behave in certain ways towards your child, those are behaviors that are learned. You can unlearn them. You can unlearn what you have learned. You can unlearn how you have been talking to your children. You can unlearn how you have been responding to them. You know, children are a gift. If you see them from that perspective, you develop a friendship, because when you are given something of value, you value it. So we handle with care as stewards. We should learn to handle the children with care as stewards. So no matter where I'm coming from, I have pain, I have sorrow. Probably I didn't even want to have a child, and things happened, and I ended up getting a child. Still, that child is a child. They didn't. Some in some parts of the world say, I didn't ask you to give birth to me. They didn't ask. They were given to us as gifts. So we need to be stewards of these children. So I deal with my own pain, and I come to the children and deal with them in a different way, with love. So we need to learn that, or to understand that they are gifts. They are gifts. We are stewards. So the first way to change this situation is to develop self-awareness. Remember where we started. Who am I? Where am I at in my life's journey? Where am I going? And how am I getting there? Those are questions that we need to ask every day. So allow yourself to develop awareness. Be deliberate. And the way to develop awareness is to allow feedback. Allow feedback. So if you want to grow, then you need to know who you can trust with your heart. Of course, when we come from a place of woundedness, we become very sensitive in taking feedback. So if I give you feedback about something that you have been doing, I need to give it to you with a lot of caution, so that I also protect your heart. So who is that person you can trust with your heart? I have friends who tell me as it is, and I have allowed them. I have allowed them to tell me, this is the way it is. I have two friends. If I am not on the right one, they will tell it, and they will tell it the way it is. And I know they mean good. So who is that you can trust with your heart, so that they can hold your hand and help you and tell you, here, I don't think you are going the right direction. That is one thing that you can do. Then developing awareness by getting feedback, and then developing awareness by also learning new things. Like I want to just share with us something we call the Johari's window as we talk about feedback. Johari's window. In Johari's window, we have four parts of the Johari's window. I was actually wondering how I can share the screen, but it is not possible to share the screen today. I will learn that, and then we can be able to share the screen on another day. But the Johari's window has four parts. The first part is the open area. Open area. Queen Deby, if we met with you in the streets, you would know me. We haven't met physically, but I am sure if I came to Zim or you came to Nairobi and we agreed to meet somewhere, you would not struggle locating Jane. You would be able to see me because I am known to you even on this screen. You have listened to my voice. You know how I talk, even if it is online. You know how I talk. You know how I look. You can be able to see. So known to others. I also know how my face looks. If I saw my photo somewhere, I can be able to know this is my photo. Because you know me, I also know how I look here in the front. That's the open area. I know how you look. I know how you talk. If you talk, I will see you. I mean, I will pick you from a crowd. No, that is Queen Deby. So that is the open area. That's first area. It's a common area where I know and the others know. Then the next part is called hidden area or facade. This is not known to others. It is only known to me. I know my weaknesses. I know. You know your weaknesses. So that is a part of you that you only know yourself, but it is hidden to others. It is hidden to other people. So there is a secret. There is a secret. Actually, just before we started, I was reading a story on Facebook about a girl who was told by her mother she was being raised by a single mother, and she wanted to know her father. So she went to her mother and asked, "Who is my father?" And she was told never to ask that question. If she ever asks that question again, she will be killed. She will not see the next day. This girl grew with the curiosity of wanting to know the father. And I think I have seen it, like finally they connected with the father. But before she connected with the father, in between, there are very many things, because the mother kept on saying, "I wish that man's bones keep on on rotting wherever he is," and in the hearing of the child. So the child grew up knowing the father died, but it was a lie. The mother knew the secret. So it was known to her, and it was not known to others until awareness is developed. You see, that part which is known to you and not known to others, you can keep expanding that space so that you can bring in other people and they can also help you grow. Blind spot, that's something that that is the area where that is known to others and not known to you. This is the part that should be focused for feedback. What are the things that we know about you that we can be able to help you? And this is what we are actually doing as we come up with these sessions. What is it that you don't know that you can be given feedback about by someone else, and it helps you to improve yourself so that you become a better mother, a better caregiver to your children. You get some knowledge that can help you. So this is a blind spot, what you do not know. It's known to others, but not to you. And the final one is the part that is unknown to self, not known to self and not known to others. That's totally unknown. That's totally unknown. So those are the four parts of the Johari window. You can Google and see what the Johari window is about so that you learn more about the areas that need attention. And this is what we can do. As survivor women, we need to give feedback. Like when we do this session, we ask you to give us feedback, our viewers. We ask you to give us feedback. Just make a comment and go beyond the comment of "it was very good." Tell us more. What is it that you are hearing us talk about? So then the next way of dealing with this is by going for therapy. You get sick physically, you go to a doctor, and you'd want to go through some tests and find out what is happening in your physical body. It is the same. It's the same with your mental health. Trauma is a wound, and it will not get healed by any medication. By the way, let me tell you, some people live on Panadols. They keep on taking painkillers, but they are taking painkillers for emotional pain. It will not go. Emotional pain can only be dealt with in psychotherapy. In psychotherapy, just like we get sick physically, we can also get emotional or mental health issues that need attention. So you are not weak if you went to seek a therapist. You are not weak, my friend. You are not weak. You are not even out of your mind. You are okay. It is okay. You can go to a therapist, you get help, you talk about your story. And some people talk about their story today and the next day they are healed. So you need to just have the courage to seek for help. You not only get feedback, sometimes the issues that we have are very, very painful. So you might need a safe space for you to process. And that's why I'm recommending the next thing, which is therapy. Then seek help in therapy. That is what I can say, Queen Debbie. So you can take it up from there.
Okay, thank you so much, Queen Jane. That was really amazing. And, you know, sometimes we feel like when you're going through a lot or traumas, you feel like you don't need to reach out. You end up closing yourself inside and you're alone and all that. But I realized that you also need help. We also need help. You need extension. You need a doctor. You said a doctor. It's more like just you need a doctor. You need to be checked. So I think that's the other important thing that you have also said, and also to find solution for how we can deal with this situation if we find ourselves as mothers or as children in such a situation. We need to also we need help how we can solve those situations. So thank you so much for that. That was really amazing, and thank you. I don't have much to say, so maybe if you can just continue if you have something to say, or if I can continue from my side.
I think the last comment I can make is just to remind our viewers and our community that we are here because we have been given a space by the developers, not only to invest and improve our lives, but also to heal. We have things that we need to put in order. So that's the reason why we are here. Why? Because we can make money and be unable to enjoy the money. Yes, we can create wealth and be unable to enjoy that wealth because we have things in the background that are affecting us. So as I hand it over to Queen Debbie, just a quick reminder that we are about survivor. The ecosystem, Bullrun ecosystem, we have a token that is dedicated just for women. And over and above that, we also want to move forward into our future as a healed family. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you so much, Queen Jane. As you also talked about survivor, that's why we are here. We are survivor women. We all went through a lot, and we're still standing as survivor women. Our viewers or kings who are watching us today, you are also a survivor. That's why you are here. You survived something, one way or the other. Somebody survived something, be it the traumas that you went through, young or old. You are here because you are able to survive it, or you are thriving in it, and you are also surviving in it. So before we go, we just want, as always, we are not just here for solving the trauma, solving our day-to-day problems that we may encounter. We also want you to know that we also have a place where we can thrive, where we can also put our investments and also make money. And most of those traumas, they are caused because of lack of money. Some of the things, we get bitter because we don't have enough money, even to take care of our children, all those things. But now we are here to tell you that Survivor is a token that was created for queens, but it was a dedication to queens. But now we are not just only talking about the queens, because we accommodate the kings also. So we want you to know that you also have a place here. Oh. We also have a place here that where you can also thrive and also become one person who's going to be financially free, and also be able to take yourself, Queen talked about going to therapies and all that. That's money. You need money to do all those things. How do you do it if you don't have money? We are bringing a solution to you, and be part of the solution. So we have a beautiful letter that was crafted with our beautiful Queen Mother when she dedicated this token to the queens. I know we have kings in the house. Kings, do not be left behind. I just want to tell you that you are also part and parcel of the ecosystem. So this token was not only dedicated, it was just an honor of queens, but it also accommodates you as king. So whenever I talk about a woman, you are also included as a king. Whenever I talk about a queen, you are also included as a king. So I just want to read this letter that was beautifully crafted with our beautiful mother, about our survivor. So she said, beautiful, brave, and determined queens, women. As I said, you also put kings, you also put you as men, right? So she said, I call you beautiful because you are a unique creation. Your beauty comes from within. I pray that you know that you are valuable and precious in your special way. I call you brave because you have gone through painful, unforgettable experiences that have left you with wounded, with wounds both visible and invisible. Your bravery has helped you to fight off seen and unseen giants after they have done their worst. Dearest, beautiful, brave, and determined queen and the king, I call you determined because of the secret tears that you have endured through the years and the burning dreams inside of you. I am super proud of you that you have managed to get here, where you can thrive, explore, where you can be yourself and transform your sorrows to success. Always remember that your value and your worth can never be diminished as long as as long as you continue to stand your ground. Dearest, beautiful, and brave, determined queen and king, promise yourself never to settle for less than your worth, and you finally and when you finally settle, be brave enough to fix your crown and start all over, queen and king. choose daily Choose daily to never give up upon yourself. Your story will empower others. Keep rising to challenge, to any challenge that is thrown to you, and keep progressing, discovering your destiny. You're worthy. You are a queen. You are a king. You are a survivor. So, as I say, this letter was really crafted in a beautiful way. That she's talking about what our queen was talking about. There are pains that we don't show outside. The pains that we experience. Right? She's saying you have gone through all that, the visible ones, the invisible ones. You have gone through all that, but be brave because already you are here. Let's fix our crowns and stand tall. Let's not allow what we went through in the past to determine what our future can hold. We all have scars that are very, some of them they are big, but that alone cannot determine where we are going. We are here to make financial freedom, and that financial freedom is going to take us to a place that we want to be, to a place that we can also heal. Because of we now have the money, we can also be able to heal, or if to pay for our therapist and all that. So I want you to understand that we need to take action. We need to take action, because you cannot create success while you're just sitting and listening to me. What do you need to do? We have our websites of all the three tokens that we have. You can always tune in, or just click on the website, get to know more about our tokens, and get to understand what is it all about, the Bullrun ecosystem. What is it all about? How can I position myself in this time? Because this time is the right time for you to position yourself. We cannot just talk about it. Let's act on it and bring ourselves out of bondages. So thank you so much, community, for today. Queen Jen, I would like to also thank you so much for offering yourself daily. And let me just go through the comment section, then we conclude. So we have Queen Salome. Queen Salome says, Queens keep on keeping on. Educate us. We are ready to be informed. Thank you so much, Queen Salome. We have our beautiful Queen Mother. Okay, my beautiful Queen Mother is saying, greetings to you, my dearest family. Another day to be enlightened and by our amazing queens, Jane and Debbie. Looking forward to this session. Thank you, queens, my queens, for you, for all you do for the community. Thank you so much, mommy. We appreciate you so much for always coming also to support us, our beautiful Queen Mother. It's one thing to have developers that listens to you, that also come and support you. Thank you. We are honored for that. We also have our king in the house, our developer in the house, King Steve. He's also here to support us. And thank you so much, King Steve, for always supporting us from your own end. Thank you so much for always coming. He's saying, happy Friday, kings and queens. Thank you, Queen Deby and Queen Jane, for all the efforts and the commitment in educating us all. I'm very excited and looking forward for today's session. Thank you so much, King Steve, for coming and for supporting us. That means a lot to us also. We have Queen Barbara. Queen Barbara saying, greetings, community. It's a happy Friday as we watch our beautiful queens, Queen Jane and Queen Debbie. Thank you so much, Queen Barbara. We also have our beautiful Queen Louisa saying, happy Friday, community. I'm here today. I'm here today to be inspired, educated, empowered. Thank you, Queen Debbie and Queen Jane, for yet another inspiring session. Thank you so much, Queen Louisa. We have our King Ernest. Is saying, thank you so much, my beautiful queens, for yet another exciting session. May the Lord keep you for us as a community in Bullrun family. Thank you so much. May the Lord keep you too, my king. We also have Queen Barbara. She said, we have encountered a lot of setbacks in our lives, all thanks to our developers, King Steve and Queen Mother Awino, for these powerful sessions. We are healing, learning, and building ourselves. Thank you so much, my queen. I thank God that you also take away something. We also have Queen Zafaria. Is a queen. She says she's a queen. Queen Zafaria. She's saying, greetings, BRL community. Another day, another dollar. A Friday to be joyful as we meet to talk, as we meet to enjoy a talk with our queens, Queen Debbie and Queen Jane. Indeed, my queen, hope you take away something from what we were sharing today. And I would like to give back to our queen. Queen, you can just go ahead. If you have your closing remarks, we can just go ahead. Community, I just want to also thank you for all those who have engaged with our today's session. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your feedback. And thank you so much also for all your comments. Not forgetting our beautiful Queen Mother for giving us the platform to come also to share with other queens and kings. Not forgetting our king who also created such a beautiful ecosystem. Thank you. We honor you so much, King Steve. My queen, back to you.
I had made my final remarks, Queen Debbie, so I think we can just end the session. But just I want to remind our Kenyan team about our event tomorrow. So all are welcome at the place where the event is. They are welcome.
Okay, I don't know if you can. Do you know the event where it is? Maybe you can talk about it. Where exactly are you going to be?
I don't want to give more details now. Let me just leave it there.
Okay. So thank you so much, my queen, for that. Community, I just also want to thank you. And before we go, all our tweets are out. The Survivor, Killer Bullrun, they're all out. And tomorrow it's a Saturday as well. We have our Twitter session with our king. Don't miss this for anything. Don't miss it for anything. Learning is empowering ourselves. So let's keep on doing what we are doing and continue to soar higher and higher. Thank you, community. Until we meet again, it's a bye bye for now.
Bye bye.